Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 161 for the 24th of April, 2022. My name's Slim Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
We're a wee bit late starting.
Jeez, man. It's too loud. It's too loud now.
What?
I couldn't get I couldn't get volume in my ear, and I had to do an old Jurassic Park reboot.
That's right. I had to go out and do that.
Yeah, I had to get out. A dinosaur went like that to me. And but I made it back and pulled the lever, and here we are. Now you're too loud.
What?
Hey,
I can step back. Stand back.
No, I'm sorry. I turned you back.
I think you can turn down the volume.
You can. I think I've got that button.
Down.
I've got that button somewhere.
Yeah.
Turn down the volume.
We spent like 18 minutes trying to get it to work. Weird, and then eventually we did the old IT crowd. Have you tried turning it off and on again? And guess what? That's what fixed it.
Because, folks, as we all know, 99% of the time, that's what works.
Exactly.
That must be IT school. Just a big red on-off button. That must be the first page in IT school.
No, it is. It's 100%. If it doesn't work, just turn it off and try again, and it'll work.
Went into the settings right under the bonnet there, but to no avail.
I used to work with a guy, and his answer to every Windows problem was just reinstall it.
Yeah,
dude, I don't have a time to reinstall Windows and reinstall everything.
I had to do that at my work. I had to wipe my full computer and install everything at the start of the year there.
Yikes!
Because I was having some problems.
That is not a pleasant thing to do.
No, so I had to sit with the IT guy while he did it remotely.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to, once he did it all, and then I set it up the way it was and stuff. Yeah. Nightmare.
I got a new phone.
Oh, did you?
I don't know if you can see it. It's an Apple. But I don't know if you can see it. It's actually green, not black.
It looks grey.
I know. It's the weirdest colour.
Huh.
Anyway, but I got it because Boba Fett green. I had to get a green phone.
Of course.
So I thought to myself, I'm gonna have an absolute nightmare because I've got a whole bunch of I use Google Authenticator and Microsoft Authenticator and like other third-party authenticators, and I'm like, this is gonna be a nightmare pulling it across because it's got two-factor authentication. Then you got to do all that kind of stuff. Easiest thing in the world to do.
Really?
Super easy. It was basically
barely an inconvenience.
Barely an inconvenience. As long as you have the two devices, you just take like a QR code from one of them, and then say, okay, that's it. And now this is the master phone. The new phone's the master phone. Do you want to delete the data on this phone? Yep. And that's it. That's the entire process. It was really, really simple. And I was panicking about it because I'd seen like people on work going, I've got a new phone and now I'm locked out. And it was dead easy. As long as you have both devices.
That's
I'm
nice.
Assuming that they traded their device in, and that's why they were getting into problems there. But yeah, if you have the two devices, it works easy. Because I gave Vannery the old phone.
Things are getting a lot easier, aren't they? I like that. I like it when you get a new phone and you just put them back to back, and all your contacts get transferred and things like that.
Yeah,
it's all these things that you. Do you remember when copy paste became a thing in text?
I know.
You couldn't do it before, and then it became a thing. You're like,
why was this not a thing? Why did I have to retype this?
Amazing.
Stuff? Yeah, and it's the same with this as well. Like I've got all my photos and everything like that. It was all backed up to the cloud, and it just pulls it down. And it's my old phone, but it's got a new camera in it. Basically,
The Emperor's new phone.
The Emperor's new phone. It's got a telephoto, and it's got a macro on it, which is the best thing because it's got this little widescreen.
Well, have you seen some of the footage that people have shot? I mean, was it Steven Soderbergh filmed a full movie? Can't remember. Was it that Asylum movie that he did? He filmed it completely in an iPhone. Yeah, it was.
It does have a cinematic mode on it as well,
and you would never have known. And
I don't think you can tell, to be honest. As long as you do the color grading and do the proper editing afterwards, I don't think you'd know. I mean, everything's a digital camera now, anyway.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I've noticed as well on audio phone calls. If somebody's got an iPhone or like a really good modern phone, the audio is broadcastable, I would say.
Yeah.
Like if you're
Definitely.
talking on the phone to somebody.
Yeah, it's like you're there. It's like you're in the room with them. It's almost eerie.
Well, I've heard people phoning into radio stations, and the audio is comparable completely to the radio station tech, and their phone.
Yeah,
they sound like they're in the studio effectively.
Yeah, that's how roving reporters do all their reports on phones.
Peter Parker, that's what he does.
Peter Parker. That's a classic example of a roving reporter.
Yep. What?
Just saying.
Just try to bring it back down to where we are, where we're meant to be.
I just realised I use the BBC website for a few things, and I wish I used a VPN, but I can't because we do the show and it would be a pain in the backside to do it. But because it's just full of adverts.
You should use a VPN.
Yeah, maybe we'll try it one night.
Yeah.
Shall we get on with what's the tea?
Do it.
Well, two big streaming companies. Well, it's not really a streaming one for the second one, but it certainly is for the first one, which is Netflix. Netflix is...
Yeah, the big crackdown.
There's a couple of things that Netflix are doing. So they're cracking down on password sharing because apparently they have 230 million subscribers worldwide, and they reckon they should have another 100 million subscribers.
Yeah.
But because people are password sharing, they don't.
But this has happened because they have hemorrhaged
200,000 subscribers that they've lost.
Is it not worth 50 million to them or
50?
More than
no, it's
a billion.
50 billion wiped off
billion?
Netflix. Yeah, 50 billion. They lost 40% of the shares. Value of the shares.
Yeah, so clearly they're trying to, do something. They should have done something about this long ago. Although I'm guilty of this because I think Jay's got my password. Does it, Aaron?
Well, Sam's got. I mean, Sam effectively lives here anyway. So I mean, she shares the password with us.
I think everybody's guilty of it, to be honest with you. But fair's fair, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to add another £2 for the privilege of sharing your. Is that not right?
See, this is the bit that I don't like, is the fact they're going to bump you up again for the privilege of sharing. But they've bumped us up twice in this pandemic. Yeah. And I don't know if anyone's noticed at Netflix, but we're currently in the middle of an inflation bubble just now. So everybody's hurting at the pocket. Yeah. So everybody's hurting just now, because of that. And they're bumping up their subscriptions. Yeah. And there's nothing there. There is nothing there. Like, I don't spend a lot of time on Netflix.
Well, I was actually talking to Evelyn about this last night, and we were flicking through, and I was like, I'd like to watch that. I'd like to watch that. And I thought to myself, I said to her, I was like, when people complain or they say, I've completed Netflix, it's just not true. There's just, there is stuff there.
Oh, no, there is.
Look,
Well... There is, but there's stuff I don't want to watch. Like, for example, this show here, Bridgerton. I've got no interest in it whatsoever.
No, but you don't. You make it your own. I mean, it'd be good if Netflix did a sort of, and I think they don't do this, do they? They don't do like a logarithm type thing where they think they kind of force things like YouTube do and say you might like this.
They do have a percentage match. I wonder if I can get it on Netflix. I don't want to.
Is that on your home screen? Is that how that works, or?
So we got recently added. So you get these things here. You get trending now. But if you go onto one of these, I'm pretty sure it says this is an X number of. Where is it? I saw it. It was like a 73% match.
Well, no, I know they do the percentage match. Yeah. If you click on the actual thing,
I think so.
Well, that'll probably play it right enough. But there's the
there you go, 93% match.
Yeah.
So that's a 93% match against other things I've watched. What does this say? 95% match. Okay, they do know.
But maybe they need to kind of push that more. So that you kind of. You get the things that you like to watch,
Yeah.
I mean, God knows what mine would be. The crime crime things with drone footage in it. That'd be mine.
John Wayne Gacy tapes. I take it you've been watching that.
Of course.
Okay. I have not watched it yet.
I'm straight on.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, Jodie will have watched that."
I did. I think I consumed it in one day.
Oh, did you? All right.
There's only 4 parts. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
But yeah, so there's a few things that have hit Netflix. So there's the price hike 2 years, effectively 2 years in a row. They've done price hikes, which they started off as $8.99. They're now $20, $8.99 Canadian dollars, and now they're up to $20. I think it is $19.99. I think for the service. It's a huge hike.
But then you're talking about that. That's the premium. So that's
the 4 screens, ultra high def.
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
I'm 2 screen high def. Mine's like 10. I don't even know. I don't mean this in a kind of I just pay for it kind of thing, but it's like in fact, I'm not going down that route because I was going to associate it with petrol. You need to buy petrol, don't you? You need Netflix, don't you? You don't.
$1.80 here today. I had to fill up. I was on the red.
Their petrol's went down a little bit. Ours was away up at 170 at one point, almost.
That's ridiculous.
But it's back down to 158 or something, 159.
But that's a litre as well. We should point out we both use litres. So but I mean, you don't have. So clearly, the 200,000 people who have left Netflix don't find value in the service, so they've left. You're not going to get them back. They've now gone. They're never going to come back.
The question is, where are they getting their content from then?
Disney Plus, probably. I would say.
No, I don't think so.
I would say. Have you seen Disney Plus? It's nothing but content. It's amazing.
No, I know.
I don't want to be the Disney guy here,
but you think about the amount of new stuff that's released, consistently on Netflix compared to Disney Plus.
Okay, so
Disney Plus hasn't got a look in.
Here's the problem though. That's the kind of thing I was sorry. That's the bit I was going to get to. So they've put up 2 price hikes. They're cutting down on subscribers who share passwords. They're talking about putting ads on the service as well, which is, I mean, if that happens, I think people just leave in droves.
But there's a caveat to that. That's if you
it's a lower tier or something. Obviously, a kind of lower tier.
Kind of good option if you want a cheaper version.
Yeah. The biggest problem that Netflix has got though is most of the content they have on there isn't theirs. So they got it from NBC and Disney and all that kind of stuff and Marvel.
Yep.
And so all of those people now have streaming services because they learn from Netflix. Direct to customer, it's perfect. So like Family Guy, American Dad, all these things used to be on Netflix and now they're on Disney Plus.
I can't remember who this quote's from, but said, "Never be the first at doing anything."
Is it Jeff Bezos?
Who was it said that?
Jeffrey Bezos.
Never be the first at doing anything because whoever takes over is going to do it better and for less money and make more money out of it.
There is a problem of being the first to market because you're first to market. You're going to make all the mistakes, and people are going to learn from them, and then someone's going to come along and do it much better, faster, cheaper. And that's always going to be the case. The other thing is you can be the first to market and be the winner, and then just ride roughshod. But if you look at MySpace, Facebook overtook that within months.
Bebo.
It's not a thing anymore.
Anyone?
Friends reunited.
Yep.
Was that not owned by STV at one point? I think it was.
God, well, I don't know, but
the Scottish Media Group it would be.
Talk about companies that are in financial trouble. They're one of them, and they have
Scottish Media Group.
A long time.
Scottish Media Group.
Yeah, I remember having an interview with the Daily Mail. Can't remember what I was going to be doing, and I met Roger Hanna.
The Daily Mail, Jodie.
But he was working.
The Daily Mail.
Yeah. Was it the Daily Mail? It probably was. Anyway, and Roger Hanna, I shouldn't name drop, but he was a journalist, a sports journalist. He still is, but I don't think he works for them anymore. Or
Daily
whoever it
Record,
was,
wasn't it? He used to work for.
I think he worked for the Sun, and he
Was
worked
it?
for a
Okay.
few of the tabloids and the football news. Anyway, he said to me, and this was like, God, I'm talking 20 years ago.
Hmm.
They were in financial trouble.
Oh, they've always been in financial.
So-
Scottish Television, yeah.
But it's
They've
like
always been
Netflix
on
as
the
well,
edge of
but they seem,
bankruptcy.
and they just seem to ride it. They just seem to ride the waves, of it.
Yeah.
And, but
It's the problem with it. The problem is it's a small market. It's only 5 million people. But in fact, back then it was an even smaller market because they only had Strathclyde, Central Scotland.
I actually thought I thought that a lot of sort of companies like that thought, that we're barely getting by. The way that Netflix is a bad example, but if they're barely getting by, then when COVID hit, it wiped out a lot of these companies. However, when COVID hit, everybody was watching Netflix, so it was good for them,
And this is the thanks we give them.
Exactly.
Right,
so.
Yeah, They need to come up with better content. They need to come up with that kind of that Game of Thrones or something like that hooks people and brings them back into the service.
Well, they do.
Otherwise,
They do. They've got the Last Kingdom, which is a lot of folk are saying is a kind of. I've watched it actually, not all of it.
I wasn't necessarily meaning a Game of Thrones clone. I was talking about something that pulls them, like House of Cards, for example, was a
Stranger Things is probably
like Stranger Things,
the best example of that. That really.
Stranger Things, and for me, Love, Sex, and Robots, which the season 3 is coming out soon-ish.
I wouldn't say I know, but that's not universal.
No, absolutely not.
For you and I, that's a great thing.
I think I might actually pare down my subscription, to be honest.
Second season wasn't as good as the first. I think the first season of Love, Sex, and Robots was terrific.
Yeah.
And it was everything I wanted from a sci-fi.
Yeah.
My God, it was good.
It was good. Yeah.
I was thinking about it today, actually, because I downloaded Heavy Metal 2000.
The remake. The sequel.
The sequel,
yeah.
You and I have watched the original kind of thing, which is great. I love it. It's all,
it's crazy stuff,
sexy and all that.
Yeah.
It's mad. I love it. And so I downloaded that, and I thought to myself, I wish I could see a version of that done in the style of Love, Sex, and Robots. Like kind of proper high production, terrific animators.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the also that's on Netflix. That Ganj.
Yes, Ganju.
Ganji or something.
Ganji, yes, sorry, Ganji.
Yeah. That animation, it was almost like a kind of showcase of what these guys, these animators could do. It was like,
wow. Love, Sex, and Robots is the sort of spiritual successor of heavy metal, though. It's
I suppose it is
a kind of rip off, not a rip off of it, but that's what they were going for.
No, it is. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Anyway. Do we move on?
I think so. God, we rambled, don't we?
Okay. This is an interesting story. So there's issues with the Mouse House just now.
I wouldn't worry about them.
I wouldn't worry about these guys either. I think Netflix will be just fine, even losing 200,000 subscribers. I think it's bound to happen because people are tightening their belts. But this is a weird one. So this is all because of the Don't Say Gay bill. So Florida legislators who are Republicans mostly, I think, they passed a bill recently where you weren't allowed to use the word gay in I can't remember what level of education it was, but you can't mention same-sex marriages in children's classroom situation-y type things. I'm not entirely sure what the full law is. Anyway, Disney, Bob Chapek, who
come on.
Bob Chapek, who I don't know, he's not going to go down in he's going to go down in history as worse than Bob Eisner, as Michael Eisner. To be honest, I think he's not hitting the nail. He spent ages and ages and ages faffing around. The employees of Disney threatened to strike. In fact, I think they might have done a strike because he said nothing about this bill because they're the largest employer in Florida. 80,000 people or something in Florida. It's a lot of people work for Disney. And he said nothing about it. And then eventually he came out and said something about it. But by that point, the Republicans were like, well, that's it. Screw you. We're going to go against you. And so what they've done is they've voted to dissolve the Reedy Creek Improvement Program Act, which basically does, when stepping back a little bit, in 1966, 67, when Disney was thinking about creating Disney World in Florida, they created a town. Because basically they wanted to control all the stuff that happens inside that town. And that's everything. That's roads, power stations, fire departments, police departments, everything. They wanted to control everything inside that town. And so they got an act of government in Florida to create a town for them. And so this new bill is saying that anything that was created before 1968, which would be the Reedy Creek Improvement Program, which would include that, there's another few ones as well, they're going to dissolve it. What this means for Disney means that they wouldn't be able to levy tax status, they wouldn't be able to get bonds and all that kind of stuff. What it means for the people of Florida, though, is anything that gets dissolved then gets apportioned out between the two counties that Disney World sits on, which is Orange and Osceola. That means that they took on billions and billions of dollars worth of debt, which means that you and your rates are going to go all through the roof. So my guess is none of this is going to happen. It's just the Republicans in Florida doing their old sabery thing, rattling sabers, because I don't think that they are going to disband in this at all.
I don't think any company should have special tax status, though. You know?
No.
You know, it's a privileged thing, you know. And see, as for Bob Chapek, you know, things that he's done wrong and put a, you know, or made a boo-boo.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Shang-Chi came out?
Yeah.
And he never went to the premiere, and he described it as a little experiment.
See, I mean, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand how he got there. Like they should have hired someone outside the company, to be honest, at this point, because he just doesn't get anything. I don't know what it is. He doesn't understand the parks business. He doesn't understand the entertainment business, the movie business. So why is he here? Like he's an operations guy, and that's it.
He's got no sort of people skills, clearly.
No.
The way that Uncle...
said the two guys ripping into him.
The way that Uncle
Bob Iger
did.
Yeah.
You know, he was there. He had everybody's back.
Yeah.
You know, he was a good guy.
Yeah. So everyone's concerned about, you know, what does this mean for Disney World? To be honest, I think there's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening in Disney World just now that is putting me off going. Like you gotta book a reservation into the park. This is not Walt's vision. Walt's vision was it's a place where you can go and you can enjoy yourself with your families. That's the whole point of Disney World.
First world problems.
No, but it's not first world problems. It's supposed to be a place where you can go and enjoy yourself.
Of course.
The problem is the first world problem is it's $16 for a box of popcorn. That's first world problems.
Well, what you were talking about before as well in previous podcasts about the queuing system and things has changed, you know, and
the Genie Plus Lightning Lane stuff.
You know, you're only maybe there for a weekend or something, and the queuing system stops you from actually getting on the ride that you wanted to go on.
And there's no guarantee as well. So, there's the other thing as well. There's no guarantee that you're actually going to get on that ride because all the people that stay on Disney property, so all the hotels, because they've got like a gazillion hotel rooms on their own property. They get in line at 7:00 and they book their tickets for whatever the ride it is that they want to go on, and then you arrive at the park at 9:00 and all the tickets have gone.
Yeah,
but you bought it for that day.
Well, you've effectively spent money on nothing, on just wandering about buying popcorn and
essentially, with all this nickel and diming and everything, what Bob Chapek is doing is essentially what Basil Fawlty did, which is basically he's putting a sign up says no riffraff. That's what he's effectively saying, because he's saying that if you don't have money, you're not welcome in the park.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's fundamentally something wrong with that, because that's not Walt's vision. Walt's vision is it's supposed to be you go into the park and you have a nice time with your family. It's not supposed to you go in the park and get ripped off every time you want to go on a ride.
I'm just
supposed
saying,
to have a nice time.
I have a sign up saying this, outside this house saying no riffraff. That's all.
Anyway, at some point, I think Bob Chapek's term will come to an end, and I think it might be sooner rather than later. I don't think the board are particularly happy with him. Although earnings are up, so who knows?
Well, there you go. Kathleen Kennedy, people are upset about Star Wars films, but there's quite a number of those movies made up over $1 billion. Mm-hmm. So,
well, exactly,
nobody,
as Bobby Fleck once says, money talks.
Money talks. BS walks.
Exactly. What? Yeah. Fun news now, and sticking with Disney somewhat. Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, Johnny. Listen, by the way,
Johnny Depp.
Right, carry on.
No, I was just going to say Johnny Depp faced a questioning in case against ex-wife Amber Heard, who apparently poops the bed.
Yeah, I knew this because no, I went out there back in the night. No, let's get brought up.
Oh, I'm aware.
There was a UK case as well, a defamation case. It was a
defecation case.
A journalist accused had a headline calling him a wife beater. So he lost that case, but that bed scenario, pooing in the bed scenario, came up. But I just think, right, there's a few things, right. I've seen a video of him. I think he's been charming, right, through the whole court case. The
videos, the kind of snippets they've done of where he's like talking to the attorneys.
Totally charming. He's been fantastic. Great, But there was a video that she'd filmed of him drunk and smashing shutting. He was in the kitchen and shutting cabinet doors.
Oh, like the old slam way,
and booting the cooker and stuff. And it really did not do him any favors, unfortunately.
Yeah, because that's the thing is that he's never hit me, but then it's like then you can see what he does with all the cabinets and all that kind of stuff. So the intent is there. That's what they're showing there.
And then he realizes she's filming, and she's like, he realizes she's filming, and he's like, "Are you effing filming me?" And it's not cool. Yeah. But she, there's video footage of her and audio footage of her actually physically hitting him and saying, "I did," saying,
"I didn't punch you, I hit you."
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Apparently. So
and then said to him, "Stop being a baby."
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
It's a mess.
He's coming across well, but it's a total mess. It's not. It's not cut and dry at all.
No.
I just hope he comes through it. I'm not that bothered about Amber Heard, and I don't mean that in the sense that the way it sounds there, but Johnny, I think, has got more to lose.
Yeah.
Amber Heard's. She's been in Aquaman, and things like that. Yeah. But I don't know. Johnny Depp is like more than he kind of transcends just being a movie star. He's like an icon, and
he was in that movie Transcendent.
There you go. See, I've been right once in this podcast.
Poor Johnny, poor Miss Heard as well. I think
no one else here.
If there was two people that shouldn't have been in a marriage together, it seems to be these two people.
Yeah, man.
So for whatever reason, they seem to just rub each other the wrong way, but seem to be attracted to each other. In fact, do you know what it's like? It's the plot of the movie Hancock. It's essentially the Will Smith. Oops, maybe not a good example.
Not Hancock's half hour.
Not Hancock's half hour. Not that one. The other Hancock. Which I always thought they should have made a sequel to, but they never did.
Oh, the movie, Will Smith movie.
Yeah.
Will Smith was spotted in Mumbai. That's his first kind of first time he's been kind of spotted in public. Mumbai.
In Mumbai.
Just a wee off the cuff there.
What was he doing in Mumbai?
No idea. It's pretty hot out there.
Filming a Top Gear special? What's going on?
Don't know. Well, the World Cup's going to be out there, isn't it?
Mumbai?
But not this. I know.
Not this time round.
What? Yeah.
Is FIFA just trying to find the hottest countries and places in the world and in the hope that footballers will just keel over? Because it's in Qatar, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
At the end of the year.
Sorry, I meant Qatar. Sorry. I meant Qatar.
Mumbai. How did you get Mumbai from Qatar?
I don't know.
What's he doing in Mumbai? In Qatar? God, I'm doing it now. It's a bit warm out there.
Well, that's clearly it's a financial thing that the financial pool is there. Yeah. Nothing to do. I mean, can you imagine? I think most of the games will have to. I don't know why we're talking about football, but
because it's entertainment. That's why
most of the games will be indoors. I think, or so like
it's open air stadiums.
You can't play,
Jody. This is the insanity of it all. Have you not seen the stadiums they're building out there? They've got these things that apparently will take the desert winds and cool the stadium. And I think it's off. No, it won't. What you'll end up with is a blast furnace with a little fan on it. That's what you'll end up with.
Whistle.
Like that.
Oh, that's tickling my lips.
Oh, wasn't it?
I could never be a trombone
trumpeter
player. Oh, I don't like that. Try that, folks.
Hey, talking of bad things that happen to people. Alec Baldwin, the Rust film producer, were indifferent about gun safety. So apparently they've been fined the maximum is $136,700. I'll start again.
Have you your teeth in?
I'm not my brain in. 130. This is painful for people on the podcast. $136,000.
You can do this.
$793.
Yes.
$793. Do you think that's the maximum? That seems a bit weird.
Well, I think that's disgusting.
Figure.
I think it's absolutely they're getting a fine. I think that's disgusting.
Yeah, but it's Rust Movie Productions. So all they're going to do is they're going to take that off, put it in the balance sheet, and that'll be the loss. And so that means that anybody who put money into it won't get any money. Like they're not going to get money out of it because the company made a loss.
Well, they're never going to make that film. Surely they're never going to finish that film.
Meanwhile, he's introducing bad people to chefs in New York, and
the old that documentary.
Yeah,
that was a while ago.
I know, but just like bring it up.
Yeah, I think it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah,
and it's an insult really to that lady that lost her life.
Yeah, Helena Hutchins.
Complete insult, I would say.
I mean, do you know if it doesn't mention any here? Said he did not pull the trigger, but apparently he did pull the trigger because he fired it and somebody died. Knew the firearms safety procedures not being followed on set. Company said it disagreed with the findings and would appeal. There you go.
What? That's even more disgusting.
There you go. Serious and willful failures. I mean, clearly they don't have enough for a manslaughter.
Well, we spoke about it before. I thought they did actually, because there was no checks made on the gun. Alec Baldwin, I think, was is he a producer as well? So
He is, yeah.
you know, and and the fact that it was in his hands, he should have even checked the gun. So before he had it in his hands, there should have been checks done, and it just clearly get handed down. Going, there you go.
Yeah.
I have assumed this has been checked. Bang. You know,
He said he'd been
frankly.
handed the weapon by the film's assistant director, Dave Halls, who did not know it contained live ammunition and indicated it was unloaded by shouting "cold gun."
But why did it have live ammunition?
Yeah.
You know, that's the big question.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's the question everyone's asking: is why was there a piece of live ammunition on the set at all?
Mm.
We'll never know.
How's that justice? No way.
I don't know.
No, I'm not happy with that.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I like the whole. It was the number. Where the heck is it? Why can I not see that? Yeah, and 73. It's like, who put in the $3? It was like everybody. It's like it just seemed insulting.
A random figure.
Yeah, random number. It's like it was almost like $793.24. It was the maximum that he could have given him. It can't be the maximum. That doesn't seem right. They did it in British pounds, because the British pound one comes up to a round number, which is £105,000.
Yeah.
But why that?
I don't know.
It's an American thing. So I don't know. The whole thing just stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
It does. No, I am not happy. For the record.
Let's move on to something nice here. I'm not going to play but I'll put the subtitles up if you're watching this in the podcast.
No, this is excellent.
So yeah, this is great.
Short and sweet.
You can hear the Sweet Child of Mine in the background.
Yeah, great choice as well.
I
can't wait to see this.
Oh, it looks great.
Is this out this year? I love the training, the montage.
Yeah.
Training montage.
It's good the fact the Guardians are in it as well.
Yeah, well, of course, because the way it ended, the Thor went away with them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, and Korg is in it.
So there's like a pirate thing.
A pirate thing, yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact Stormbringer's got the Rainbow Road thing. What's it called? I can't remember this.
Yeah, a big beast at the background there.
Apparently that big beast is Thor's pal from the comics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And do you know who's the baddie in it?
I love that. I do. It's Christian Bale.
It is, yeah. I think it's going to be terrific, especially if he does his actual voice.
Yeah, it would be. I know. Oh, man. I can't wait. That's a great scene as well.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman. Look at her guns.
I know.
Jeez, man. That looks cool. That looks amazing. Awesome. It's Taika, obviously, back again.
He's in everything. He's in Lightyear as well.
I didn't realise that. You mentioned it on the chat.
So I'm looking forward to that as well. I think
I'm buzzing for it.
I'm so glad it's not a standalone Buzz Lightyear adventure, and it's the movie that Buzz Lightyear toys based on it. I'm buzzing. Yeah. Well, you won't have to wait light years for it.
Oh my god!
Even though light years are actually a distance thing rather than a time thing, but never mind.
Nice one. I think I might have to take a comfort break.
Oh, you want to take a comfort break? Okay.
Aye.
Right. Okay.
2 seconds.
Do you want to? We've got. Yeah. Do you want to move on to what you're watching? Because we're running a bit late.
Let's do it.
We're running long. Okay. So, what you watching?
Well, as I spoke about earlier, I've been watching the old John Wayne Gacy Cheerfest.
Cheerfest.
About him murdering lots of teenage boys that he employed.
People, yeah.
Employed, and just random guys that he young lads that he picked up as well. Yep. Absolutely grim, by the way. I know the story. Imagine. He's got no remorse. Spoilers.
Yeah.
It's just totally. What he basically he said, if I wanted it, I got it.
Yeah.
That was his kind of mantra. Disgusting. Just really well made. Yeah. It's only 4 parts. A nice little kind of. I'd say nice. And kind of. It's not extended. I think Netflix are starting to listen to us. They're not extending these things to 12 parts.
There's no need to. I mean, it's the
stuff.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about the Shockingly Vile and Evil. Not that one. The tapes.
Oh, the Killer Next Door.
Yeah, it was the John Wayne Gacy one. Actually, the Killer Next Door is a good example of it as well. It was again grim viewing.
The grimmest, probably.
Yeah, probably the grimmest. Mm-hmm. But it's such a well put together documentary. It's really, really well done.
Do you know what's really clever about that show? It was all done through the social media stuff, through the body cam footage. Through it was really, 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 really good. But really, really, really grim.
Yeah. Because they go and interview the neighbor next door, and he's like spilling through CCTV, but that's through the body cam. It's great because it's as it happens, and it's superb. It's really, 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 really well done.
Yeah, I mean the Gacy thing's great as well. I'm saying great, but as far as these things go, really well done. There's obviously modern interviews, but there's the kind of stuff back from the time as well that they've gathered. I mean, I don't know how the hell they put these things together. I mean, I know we kind of criticise sometimes when they go along, but the amount of footage they must have to go through to make these things up, it's just phenomenal. Yeah. So it was. I hate to say it was great, but it was a good one. It was a good one to watch.
There was a series of magazines from Marshall Cavendish, I think, in the 80s, and it was like it wasn't Making a Murder, it was like Murder Diaries or something. I can't remember what it was called. Mm-hmm. But it had
Murderers.
No, my dirter. Go watch Saturday Night Live for that sketch if you want to watch it.
That's one.
And it had like John Wayne Gacy, Dennis Nilsen, Ted Bundy, like the Jeffrey Dahmer, all that kind of stuff. And I think Netflix is slowly becoming that. It's like the
well, they're working through them.
The videos. They certainly are working through them. All the kind of big ones. And it's kind of their Mindhunter show as well. There's a kind of bit of that mixed in, I think. Which is like why like trying to figure out the reason behind, like trying to find the reason behind the madness.
Where's season 3 of Mindhunter? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
They were quick enough for season 2, but where's season 3?
It took quite a while for season 2 as well. It was a good couple of years.
Oh, do you know? Sorry, do you know what it was? I was late to season 1. That's why. You're right. Okay. You're right. Yeah, they did. Yeah, because I was late to the party.
Season 2 is better than season 1, I thought. Late to the party.
Keep using all these wrong
terms. I wouldn't use that.
No. So I watched that, which was good. We watched Spaceballs. That was our cinema night movie.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
Yes.
Kids love that.
Yeah. And I tell you what, right? Because we've got the Lego game, we've been playing the Lego game together, me and Danny, and loving it.
Yeah.
We've been playing the original trilogy, and then now we're in the new trilogy, and we're at Return of the Rise of Skywalker. So that's where we're at just now, and so we've decided to watch some of the movies as well. So we watched Force Awakens, and we started watching Last Jedi. And it was quite funny the comments that Danny was saying through playing the game. The Lego game for the Last Jedi, because of some of the choices. They're throwing the lightsaber. He's like, does that happen in the movie? And then the Princess Leia thing, he's like, that's a joke, right? And she laughs. I'm like, we'll watch this tomorrow.
Oh dear.
So he's been playing the game. It's weird because he's kind of getting these things from the Lego game and then watching the film. So
and the Lego games are great and tongue in cheek and very funny.
Yeah. So we're kind of getting through it. So that was that.
Yeah.
So we decided to watch Spaceballs because Danny had said to his classmates, wouldn't it be great if somebody did a Star Wars parody? And one of his very knowledgeable 10-year-old pals said they have done. It's called Spaceballs.
Wow.
So we watched it.
One of the funniest movies ever made.
It's good. I mean, do you know what? It's so stupid and daft.
Yeah.
You've got to be in the mood for it.
It's the reason why the Tesla has got ludicrous speed and plaid.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
There you go. You've got to be in the mood for it, I think, but or just kind of in that frame of mind. But we enjoyed it. Danny enjoyed it.
What's the password? Good. The password is 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. What? Like, that's the dumbest password ever.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that's the same password I've got in my luggage.
that's what an idiot would put in their luggage.
Idiot would have a password like that.
That's the same password I use in my luggage.
Yeah.
So good.
It's not no Young Frankenstein, but it's still funny. I liked it. We liked it. We enjoyed it. I've been watching the Lakers documentary. Not documentary. It's a drama. With here we go with names now. Your man from Boogie Nights and Laurel and Hardy movie.
Steve Coogan.
No.
John C. Reilly.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He's the guy that says some people think I look like Han Solo.
Okay.
Remember that line?
No. I don't remember Boogie Nights at all.
No. Do you remember the roller girl? Oh God, what'd you go for?
Heather Graham?
Yeah.
I remember bits of it. I don't remember it all. I remember the
Mark
end scene.
Wahlberg. He's the dude.
He's Dirk Diggler.
Aye, that's right.
Yeah.
Aye.
I remember bits of it. I don't remember the script at all.
It's a Paul Thomas Anderson
film. Burt Reynolds is in it, isn't he? He plays the studio head.
Is he?
I'm sure he is. Yeah.
I need to see it again. I really like Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Films. So I've been watching the Lakers thing, and it's Adam
Driver, West,
the director,
Sandler, McKay,
Don't Look Up, and
McKay, Adam McKay.
Aye, him. Yeah, it's him. Aye.
All right. Okay.
So it's all done that kind of talking to the camera and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good. And it's do you know what it is as well? It's videoed in because it's like the 90s. It's videoed in like as if it's like I don't know if it must be a filter. Mm-hmm. It's like as if it's video footage. Then it's like different type of the different camera angles are like different film stock. So it's like, you know, different types of video footage,
right.
as in VT,
right.
you know, tape,
uh-huh.
And that's pretty good, man. I liked it.
Okay.
And obviously Moon Knight, we both watched.
Did, yeah, it was a good episode.
We can talk about, which was a blew our minds a little bit.
It's kind of going along like that, and then all of a sudden did a light cycle 90-degree
completely
turn.
Yeah, it did completely.
It was good though. I really liked how it ended.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh, the hippo.
Yeah. So do you think that's the third personality in the sarcophagus? Spoilers, by the way.
God, I hope not. That's weird.
Yeah,
that's bizarre. I'm thoroughly enjoying this series.
It's also showing as well that the Stephen and Mark are now working together. Essentially.
Yeah, well, they're together, aye. Which is messed up because I always keep thinking, are we right in his mind now?
Right.
You know? So he's like still.
I don't know.
Spoilers,
there was a lot of things. So Anna Marie said that Ethan Hawke's character the psychiatrist was sitting down at the desk, and he was wearing a pantsuit and dress shoes. But when Mark or Stephen looked at his reflection, he was wearing his sandals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never noticed that.
Well, there's a theory as well that there's also a theory about Ethan Hawke that is the third personality of Mark and Stephen.
So, I see. Okay.
You know, he's the one that escaped the clutches of or not the clutches, the Khonshu Avatar, whatever it is.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been great. I think it's been terrific, and I love the fact it's done a as you say, like a Tron right turn.
It really did. It was like
I love it. So yeah,
it's been great. I've enjoyed that show so far.
Yeah.
I seem to watch movies and TV shows I hate. I seem to be stuck in this. I seem to be stuck in this. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so this week I watched. I'll go through some of them fairly quickly. Cloud Atlas I watched again, mostly because some of it's shot in Glasgow, and there's something about that movie I really like.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is, because it's actually quite slow, and nothing really happens.
All right.
And it's just, I don't know, but it's just one of those kind of movies where it's not.
That's good. You liked it.
It's I don't know. I liked it. Yeah, it's a good movie.
I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
I've watched it about 3 or 4 times. Netflix.
Was it Netflix?
This is the guy who complains about Netflix all the time. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I watched it. I watched it over like a week. I don't watch it all in one sitting, but I watched like a half hour.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's got Halle Berry's in it. Tom Hanks is in it. The guy from the tech guy from Q from the Bond movies is in it. I can't remember the guy's name. He was in Paddington.
Oh yeah, Paddington's voice.
Yeah. He's in it as well. And Jim Broadbent as well, who's fantastic. So
he's brilliant. Yeah, he's
good.
Great.
Yeah. Watch Scream, which I'm pretty sure I've seen. No, the old one.
The old one.
Sam's a huge Scream fan. She loves them all.
Oh, really?
Okay. I remember it very, very vaguely. I remember seeing it. It's not Wes Craven's best movie. It's just, I don't know. Everyone loses their mind about it, about how it's like, tongue in cheek. It's a parody of the horror genre.
It is.
I get that, but it's like it's not that. It's not as good as Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's
or Halloween.
It's very self-aware, isn't it?
Yeah, it insists on itself.
Nightmare on Elm Street, I think, for me,
is his best. Yeah,
is his best.
I think so. Yeah. Choose or Die. I watched that. Talking horror movies. We watched that on the same night.
I watched it.
Yeah, you watched it last week, I think.
Did I?
Yeah.
All right.
I really liked it. I thought it was good. I felt it was about half an hour too long because it felt like it could have been a Black Mirror episode.
I think so. Yep, that's what it felt like to me as well.
Yeah, because they took too long over bits. It was like far too long in sections, and I was like,
yeah.
But it was good. It was nice seeing Eddie Marsden. Marsden. Again, I like him as an actor. He's always good in stuff that he's in. And the two leads, they were good as well.
The boy from Sex Education and
Ender's Game, yeah,
and Mrs. Percival's
School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Lovely children, whatever
it is, yeah.
Children.
Wiki Leaks or whatever it's called.
Oh.
Yeah, they were really good. It was nice seeing a Spectrum Plus 2 in a movie. But it was an interesting idea.
I got the impression, though, it was a British-made film, but they all had American accents.
Yes, filmed entirely on location in London.
For some reason.
Despite the fact it had a Pennsylvania or New York plates ahead.
I wonder why they did that. And they're all English actors, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
It seemed a wee bit odd to me why they did that, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it.
Reasons. I thought it was really good. Not as good though as the next movie that I watched, which was The Batman.
Oh yes.
So this was like the Joker for me. I don't know if they did that.
I agree.
Deliberately. It was the Joker, the Batman. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought Robert Pattinson was amazing as Batman.
He's brilliant.
Zoe Kravitz was fantastic as Selena. Pennyworth. Alfred Pennyworth. That's right, isn't it? Alfred.
Oh, Alfred, aye.
Played by Andy Serkis.
Yep. Brilliant.
Nailed it.
Yep.
And just everybody else. Colin Farrell as well. What?
I still can't go over that one.
Yeah. And also John Turturro, who I've been loving in Severance, and he made an appearance in this movie. I didn't know he was in it, and he plays Falcone, and I'm like,
brilliant.
Fantastic.
He's
so good. He's so good. Just this horrible, just psychopath he plays. Just brilliant.
And Gordon as well.
Jeffrey Wright is in it as well.
Jeffrey Wright, man, he's great as well.
My man from Westworld
and stuff,
and other things. And he also plays Felix Leiter, who the world is now a little bit lighter.
Oh, and all the Bond films are on Prime now.
That's because they own the company.
There you go.
That's good. I'll be going back and rewatching them.
Aye,
especially the early ones.
That was great casting for him as Felix, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for me, the Batman, it's one of those films when you watch and then you go away from it and you can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, and the kid from There Will Be Blood as well.
God, Paul Dano.
He plays the Riddler. Yeah.
How could I forget?
The main guy.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved the whole thing about it was a very Dark Knight detective and not actiony Batman.
We've never seen the detective side of Batman.
But I love the fact he just wandered into the scene.
Yeah.
Like they were all doing the crime scene stuff, and he just wanders up and starts looking at things.
Yeah.
Doesn't touch anything, which is quite telling. But yeah, I like the whole the makeup and all that kind of stuff that they had on the eyes.
Brilliant.
Even we took the cowl off and you could see the makeup on there. And also, I like the little nod to Batman the Animated Series, because in Batman the Animated Series he talked out the corner of his mouth, and he talks out the corner of his mouth in this one. So,
shout out as well to the Batman voice.
The Batman voice is good. It was good.
Christian Bale's, let's face it, although I think partly that's Christopher Nolan to blame.
Have you seen the memes?
What for?
The Christian Bale Batman meme. There's one where he's sitting and he's dressed as it's the bit where they're going over the business cards in American Psycho. And the caption is, and he's just going, that kind of, that smile that he's got, that pained smile that he's got, and he's going, why do they like Pattinson's Batman more than mine?
Right, okay. Right, okay. Do you know what? And I think I've said this before on the podcast as well, probably, because, I forget. But the fact that there was no there's no kind of real difference between Bruce Wayne and Batman at this moment in time. It says at the beginning, it says year 2. So he's still messed up in his head.
Yeah.
That there's no split between the two characters. They're both kind of the same. Bruce Wayne is still, he's not the refined character kind of businessman that he is in the later on kind of thing. He's this kind of messed up
kid
as Bruce Wayne as he is messed up as Batman sort of thing. It's just great.
I love the diary entries as well. Like that. Like that was beautifully written as well.
Yep. And I don't think the 3 hour overstays its welcome either. The 3 hour runtime.
I think they could have tightened up a wee bit.
Maybe tightened up a wee bit.
I gave it 4 stars out of 5. So in Letterboxd, I gave it 4 out of 5 because I think they could have tightened up a wee bit. There was a couple of scenes that kind of lingered a wee bit too long. Not to say there was scenes that you could have cut out. I'm just saying that they could have just like cranked it up a wee bit.
I think they could. I think if you're going to be, super sort of analytical, maybe 5-10 minutes. But not a great deal.
No, it wouldn't have been like half. It wouldn't have reduced it to like 2.5 hours. It would have been like 2 hours 45 minutes kind of thing. Yeah. I just a wee kind of tweak here and there. I think they just kind of spent a bit.
I mean, they had the whole the Joker part.
I could have done without that. That was good. I don't mind it.
But that wasn't the movie, though.
But that should have been. I think that should have been an after credits.
Oh, definitely should have been after credits. Aye, it'll be on the Blu-ray or whatever. If that's a thing anymore. Don't know.
It was on Crave anyway. It was right at the end.
Oh no, I've seen I've seen the. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's part of the movie. That's what I'm saying. Is right at the end.
Oh,
because it cuts back to Edward, whatever his name is.
That
he's in the still, and he's like, no, and he goes, "Don't beat yourself up, friend." And
no, not that bit though. Have you not seen the extended Joker scene?
Oh no, I've not seen that. No.
Oh right, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the thing you're talking about.
I see.
Okay. No, it's a full on Joker thing.
We went from bats to cats. It's quite frankly a furball of a movie.
I've been dying to see Cats just for the pure
Jody, don't
car crash factor.
It's honestly the creepiest thing you've ever seen on television.
Exactly. I want to watch it with Danny. Danny is like, he's got like this kind of, he's seen the trailer and he's like, we are never watching that movie ever. And I'm like, yeah, we are watching that at some point, man.
It's on Netflix. So Sam was like, we should watch this. And I'm like, I don't want to watch it. She goes, we should watch it. And so, because we watched the Super Easy Barely an Inconvenience thing.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's and here's the other thing as well, is everyone raves about Cats the musical. Why? There is no story in Cats the musical. It's about these cats.
My God, it is. It is on Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on.
You gotta watch it, man.
Oh man, I need to watch it now.
You gotta watch it. So these cats, basically what they're doing is they basically plan for death. That's the entire plot of it, and the rest of it is just just set pieces. Also, another reason I hated it, James Corden was in it. Anyway, I was watching YouTube and Red Letter Media posted something up, and it was Jack. God, I can't remember the guy's name. Jack, surname Jack, the guy that plays Hamish in The Boys. That guy. Anyway, so he was special guest star. He'd obviously flown out to.
I know. I saw it. They played
the Plinko machine. Yeah.
The game.
So they picked 3 movies. One was 100 Million BC. The other one was Stone Cold.
McQuaid.
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 McQuaid. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Dennis
100 million BC.
Dennis Quaid's son.
Right.
And
yeah.
Meg Ryan's.
Right. 100 million BC.
Yeah.
Stone Cold and Scorpion, Dark Scorpion or something like that. So anyway, I was like, oh man, these movies are terrible because they like I love these movies that are like there's one called Asteroid, they're utterly garbage. So it's on YouTube, 100 million BC.
Oh, brilliant.
So I watched it. I'll tell you something, it's better than Cats. It's got a plot and they try and act.
That's my next.
The Raincoat Killer. Does he kill people with raincoats on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
That's my next one.
Anyway, 100 million BC. Not as bad as you think. The other one they watched, the other crap movie they suggested was Stone Cold, which is some ex-football star, Lance Henriksen, who looks like Charlie Boorman in it, and William Forsythe. William Forsythe? Yeah, William Forsythe, who's like a great character actor. And he infiltrates a biker gang. It's actually, I'm about halfway through it. It's not bad. It's an action movie. It's an 80s style action movie. YouTube.
Wow. There's one called, is there not one called Bog as well?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, that was the other one they watched. Yeah, I might watch that as well.
Bog.
I think a lot of these are actually on YouTube. Like, because Premium gives you free stuff and it's all crap movies.
All right, okay. Well, you need to say aye. You're on Premium. You're not just ordinary YouTube.
And then TV-wise, we're starting to watch the new series of Derry Girls. Which is, the first episode was not good. The second episode was funny. So hopefully it'll continue to ramp up a wee bit. But yeah, the first one, didn't really laugh at it. I'll tell you another one I didn't laugh at, which was Doctor Who, The Sea Devils, which is their Easter special. We watched that, which is on Crave.
Right.
I guess they've got the contract to show us Doctor Who. My God. Cats was better.
Wow.
It's Doctor Who's becoming unwatchable these days. It's just utter garbage.
Russell T Davies is coming back.
That's the only saving grace. And like there was nothing for the characters to do in this. Like nothing, not a thing.
Talking of Russell T Davies, I think Years and Years is now on Netflix.
Oh, is it?
You need to watch that. It's like a 6-part Black Mirror series.
Okay. Years and Years did not have a match. However, it does suggest Black Mirror.
Oh, it's not. You're right. Where did I see that?
I don't know. Prime?
Could be Prime or...
Years and Years?
Could be Disney.
Years and Years. No. Life in a Year. Oh, Spencer's on here, though.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be fun.
No. I'm not watching it.
I was going to say something else there, but I'm going to change my mind. Anyway, watch Picard Season 2, which is, again... I'm only watching it because Red Letter Media are doing this thing every week where they rip into it, and I need context. So that's the only reason I'm watching Picard Season 2. And then the other thing I'm watching is on Apple. So somebody at work told me about it. It's called Slow Horses, which is Gary Oldman's first TV show where he's the main character in it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, good, really.
Another knockout the park for Apple.
Great. They're very consistent, aren't they?
Yeah.
Very consistent from
really
what I've seen so far.
Like their stuff's polished. Even Jon Stewart's the problem with Jon Stewart. He gets a bit too preachy towards the end of it. But I like watching the first 20 minutes of the show.
We've been watching a thing on Apple actually called Howl, I think it's called. Howl?
All right.
No, it's not. Good. Nicole Kidman in it.
Nicole Kidman. What would she be in? She would be in.
And it's basically
Roar.
Roar, that's the one. It's basically like half-hour, 40-minute Twilight Zone episodes.
There's an awful lot of these anthology things, isn't there?
Yeah, I think
Alison
she directs.
Brie, Betty Gilpin.
I think she directs or produces, or some of them.
Okay.
And she stars in one of them. The woman eats photographs. It's basically she eats memories. So it's like photographs of memories of her as a kid, and her mother's going through like Alzheimer's kind of thing, and so yeah, it's pretty deep and pretty good actually. Really well made, obviously with her involved. I think everything she does is fantastic. Pretty much.
Simon Baker's in it as well.
I honestly I can't think of
Mentalist.
anything recently she's not, that she's not been good in, or that she's been involved in that's not been good.
Yeah.
And this is
Have you seen Bombshell?
Yeah, I loved it.
She's good in that as well. She played Gretchen Carlson.
Yeah.
She was good in it. Actually, that was a good cast as well.
Great.
That felt like oh god,
Adam
McKay type. It felt like people were going to turn to the camera.
See how he just jumped in my head there?
Yeah.
Could I remember his bloody name earlier?
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Yeah, really good. She's great. I mean, the Ricardo's thing was great.
That was good as well. Yeah.
Yeah, she's brilliant. Pretty Little Lies, brilliant.
Nice. Is that us?
That's me.
All right. Sweet. Well, don't forget to hit the old like button and share and comment below as well. I noticed there's been an uptick in comments. That's good because it really helps the channel, and we do appreciate the sort of back and forth.
Join in, guys.
Yep, join in the discussion below. If you agree, disagree, just hammer down the comments below. We don't
do it.
We don't mind a constructive criticism. And if you want timely reminders of when we put a new video, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and YouTube will work the algorithms, the algos, and you will get notifications. But until then, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.